In the early morning after snowfall, the rescuers from the Paws Town channel heard a faint meow on the way to the morning exercise. When he saw a motionless kitten, his heart got almost broken. The sad thought flashed in the mind, but touching the poor thing, he saw it was alive. The kitten was obviously frozen and needed urgent help. The rescuer brought the poor little thing home quickly and started massaging him to warm him up. With the help of a syringe, the man gave the little boy some milk and watched his condition. In a few minutes, the kitten became more active and even could stand on his feet. Now, he was safe. It was a lucky day for the little fellow. Stray dogs often have to give birth in the streets, and it's terrible. But it becomes much more terrible if it happens in winter. This mama dog was laying just on the snow when a passerby noticed her. There were her pups either. The temperature was bitterly cold and the poor dog couldn't give her babies enough warmth. Knowing about the situation, the rescuers arrived and tried to take the family to the shelter, but the mom was afraid and didn't want to go inside the cage. The rescuers spent a lot of time catching her but failed, so they took away the pups without their mom. Now the pups live with their rescuers, waiting for their future homes. The adorable raccoon got somehow on a frozen lake. The surface was too slippery to let the animal get to the shore. The raccoon was struggling to walk and was freezing. This guy decided to help, but it was a real challenge, as the silly raccoon tried to bite him every time he touched the creature. At last, the man managed to get a hold of the naughty boy and brought him to the shore. The rescue operation finished successfully. In the Siberia region, Russia, an ordinary vet surgeon decided to help the animals that had lost their limbs. This is Dimka the cat. Some time ago, the cat had lost during the summer and had spent almost 3 months trying to survive in the unknown place. The kind-hearted woman found poor Dimka and took her home, but it was too late. That year, the temperature in the region was 30 degrees below zero, and Dimka lost all her paws. But she was lucky. Sergei Gorshkov, a famous vet surgeon, designed and created new paws for Dimka and operated on the cat. Now Dimka moves very quickly on her new paws and can lead a normal cat's life. The unpredictable situation took place when a mama duck was crossing the street with her ducklings. One of the little fellows fell into a storm sewer. Luckily, a young girl was watching the family going and saw how the accident happened. She called her dad. He was strong enough to open the sewer cover and took out the frightened duckling.
Come on, little duckling. Bring her back. Come on. Come on, little duckling. Duckling, go!
Being free, the little cutie rushed to his mom. The happy family reunited. The rescuers from Hope for Paws got a call about a very scared and unhappy dog. On arriving to the place, the people realized that it would be a really difficult task to catch such a frightened dog. But at last, she surrendered and let the rescuers put a loop on her. Getting into people's hands, she relaxed and trusted them immediately. The rescue team called the pup Mackenzie and brought her to their center. She was so trustful that immediately she won the hearts of all team members. Doctors said her physical condition was normal, but psychologically she needed rehabilitation. So he prescribed Mackenzie a great amount of love and hugs, and it worked. The team of wildlife brothers had to deal with rescuing this little creature. A fledgling little red-winged blackbird had fallen into a pond. The main problem of the situation was that baby birds are very delicate. Applying too much pressure can cause serious injury. So the guys had to do their best to save the bird without actually grabbing it. With the help of the stick, the rescuer managed to pull the baby out of the water. He took it without touching it and put it on the tree branch. The little guy got a chance to become a really pretty bird in the future. The rescuers in St. Petersburg, Russia, rushed to help a cat that somehow had got stuck in a car wheel. It was a rather serious challenge, as the hole was too narrow. With the help of vegetable oil, they tried to push the cat's head through, but failed. Later, they decided to use some special equipment to cut the metal wheel. All the rescuers wanted was not to hurt the poor cat. It was extremely delicate work, but they succeeded and the naughty creature was set free. Cole Harrison is a freediver, and a captain of Triple C Speargun had a holiday at a hotel on the coast of Ghana, Africa. One morning, he with other guests of the hotel were offered to take part in a turtle rescue operation. But when he arrived at the place, he observed a terrible view. A helpless, huge leatherback sea turtle was lying on her back and wounds covered her body. As Cole found out later, poachers had caught the creature while she had been laying eggs and hadn't let her come back to the sea, dragging her far away from the water. The turtle was terribly disoriented and visibly exhausted, and to move her to the ocean was rather hard work as she was too heavy. At last, the people dragged her onto the soft sands of the beach with the help of the rope. Just before the shoreline, they took off the rope and the turtle could come back to the ocean. Later, the rescuers found a destroyed nest and tried to save the remaining eggs by covering them as best as they could. Drain covers that are not closed correctly is a disaster for stray animals. A lot of them fall down into the holes without any chances to be saved. This dog was lucky. The rescuers were called to save her life. The hole was too narrow, and it was very difficult to drag the creature out, but the rescuers succeeded. The shocked but excited dog was happy to be free and ran away immediately. The elephant got tangled in a fishing net in the water and couldn't get rid of his trap. The rescuers from the Forest Department Bandipur, Sargor, and Nugu were trying to help. The rescuers came closer on a motorboat. Then they used bamboo sticks and hooks to remove the fish nets. The rescue operation lasted for nearly 5 hours. At last it was complete, and the elephant swam to the shore of the reservoir and walked back into the forest. This rescue mission was a great risk both for an animal and the rescue team, but it all came right in the end. This elephant accidentally fell into the canal while drinking water. The sidewalls were inclined and smooth, and the poor creature couldn't get out of its trap. Creating some kind of a ladder, the wildlife officers were trying to help the giant. But it depended only on the elephant, if it could use the ladder or not, and he was doing his best. It took him several hours and he failed many times, but at last he succeeded. Using the ladder, the elephant got out of the water and ran away as fast as he could. The rescue mission ended in success. Taal volcano on the Philippines erupted not long ago and spewed ash up to 9 miles into the sky. It covered a lot of people's dwellings in the nearest villages. The evacuation was very quick, and some animals were trapped under the ash turned into a stone. Just like this poor dog. She was trying to find a place to hide from the disaster and got into trouble. The rescuers had to dig through a very thick layer of ash to let the poor dog out. When the people released the animal, it was dehydrated and hungry, but in spite of this fact, she was very lucky because she got a second chance to live. As the rescuers of the Animal Rescue Project said, they had never encountered such an incident before. They saw a female dog not even half the size of her breed, and she could barely walk. It was obvious she was lactating. Later, they found a pack of 6 little cute puppies. The incident struck all the people of the group. Being in such terrible shape, the dog continued to nurse her children. It was amazing. Of course, the poor mom needed immediate rehabilitation measures. So did her children. They lacked normal weight and had a gastro infection. Gradually, one by one, the pups were adopted. Their mom had been under medical treatment for 2 weeks, and after that period, she became closer to her normal size. Now she lives in her rescuer's house. This is the end of my list of stories for today. Really hope you'll support all these people with your likes, subscriptions, and donations. These rescues are unbelievable. See ya.